Kind of the first question that comes to mind given all of those deplorable conditions, but the shelter director tells me because the cats were being given food and water, it doesn't appear that any cruelty was actually intended, just a tragic situation that got way out of hand. Now, as you mentioned, 10 of those cats here at the shelter tonight, another 10 at the vet, and more are going to be headed this way. Now, the shelter's not telling us exactly where those cats were rescued from, but they are sharing pictures so you can get a sense of how horrible it was. Staff at the West Memphis Animal Shelter have their hands full these days. Since yesterday, they've been inundated with sick and filthy cats. 60 of them, all living in this 10 by 20 foot storage unit at an undisclosed location.
The ammonia level in that tight space was so high that it was toxic.
Shelter Director Kelly Facello says the problem began a little more than a year ago when the cat's owner passed away. Her relatives weren't prepared for all of the furry friends she left behind.
It just got overwhelming.
And so they put them here in a storage unit on the woman's property.
It's very likely they started out with less than 60, but none of the cats being spayed or neutered, it resulted in many more cats.
Many of these cats have upper respiratory and eye infections. Some have matted fur. But Facello says since they were still being fed and given water, this doesn't meet the strict standard for animal cruelty, and no one's facing charges.
The state laws are very specific, and animal cruelty ordinarily is defined by more of an aggravated act of cruelty purposefully directed to an animal. This situation was a situation that clearly got out of hand.
An out-of-hand situation.
You couldn't help it.
Finally being handled. And Facello says the cat's owners did cry out for help, reaching out to rescue groups, but they never ended up getting that help. Tonight we've learned a Memphis rescue group is going to be stepping up and taking over half of the cats that were rescued. The other half going to be permanently housed here at the West Memphis Animal Shelter. Unclear when they're going to be available for adoption. Many of them still do need medical treatment given the conditions where they were being housed previously. Tonight, the animal shelter asking for donations of litter and cat food. We're live in West Memphis. Luke Jones, WREG News Channel 3.